That's what he was saying about photographing, about knowing people.
On the podcast, he goes, that's how I used to get like a lot of good business, because I used to have the drinks ready. Remember?
Bro, he was not normal, this guy. And then like the last time I saw him was 3 years ago. I was like, how the fuck you remember my drink? Good talk about that.
I'm good. Let's do it.
Skilla Podcast. We are back.
Episode.
Episode. I forgot.
27. Last time we didn't say it.
27.
The big 27.
Oh boy.
We got Andy here.
How's it going,
Andy.
guys?
Welcome.
Camera 2. He's your friend.
He's pointing directly at you.
The whole time.
Feel intimidated.
So don't, be careful. You have to be on point with the camera too. So, Andy, introduce yourself. What do you do, and why are you here?
My name is Andy Diaco, and I've been in the car industry for a long time. These guys are friends of mine, and I think I sold Massimo's dad a car.
Yeah.
So if I manage to sell him a car, it must not be too bad. So
it's true, eh? Yo, that was a funny story. Were you with us there?
No, I was there before though.
Okay,
like the day before.
I'm not gonna say whatever, but someone there before that was dealing with us. Not that we couldn't take it. It's just that when someone's not a car person, and you're two car people. Like my dad's a car person, and I'm a car person, and you're asking questions, and they're like, I have to go ask someone. That's how we met him. After I'm like, I know this guy. I've seen him somewhere. Then the last name, I'm like, are you friends? And I know his brother.
Okay.
That's how we started, but it was funny that we
so I was the manager, and I just came in because like the other person obviously didn't know what they were doing, and I came in, and then his dad just stuck to me. He's like, you're not going nowhere.
It's true. He goes like, okay, so now with my dad's like, no, I have to stay with him. No, there's no chance. I remember that. That was.
So that's it. I was a sales manager at BMW Valve for almost 8 years.
8 years.
Yeah, I was sales manager at Acura before that. And now, now mid-July, I decided to take a jump and open my own company. And ever since then, I've been, been in the juice. It's been good,
That's good though.
For the better, I assume.
For the better, yeah. When you do those types of things, you really you second guess yourself, and you're not too sure if you're doing the right.
Times, huh? It's not like
and I was doing it during a pandemic. My wife's like, "Are you sure you want to do this?" And I was like, "Look, I know what I'm doing. It's been a long time. You have to believe in yourself."
That too,
of course.
That too, 100%.
So I did it, and since I've done it, I built a twofold business so that I have two streams of income that I can work on. And since then, man, I've been so busy, really, really busy. So used cars, I've been buying and selling used cars.
That's what you buy and sell used cars?
Yeah. So
you deal with new also?
And new, basically, what I do is I'm like a broker. People call me because, there's so much. First of all, with COVID, people don't want to walk into dealerships right now.
I know.
They'll go maybe to one if they know that they want something specific.
But they don't want to shop around anymore.
But the people that don't know what they want, those are the ones that are looking for maybe a broker to simplify it a little bit, because they don't know, they're a bit uncertain. They don't know what they're looking for, so.
It's true. And now going to a dealership, it's not you like before. You used to sit inside the car, you take your time.
Yeah, now it's like a whole process.
No one can touch anything.
Exactly.
You can't.
People still want to touch it.
Are you able to touch the cars?
You are allowed to touch them, but there's a crazy standard, a disinfection process that has to happen before and after.
The cars have check marks and X's on them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
It hasn't been since.
It's not as warm as
it's not as comforting anymore.
Yeah, I might not, especially when your place, I used to walk in, I was like, I'm going to see my friend.
Exactly, but now you got to wait a line to get in, and then you're sitting in the front, the salesman comes and gets you.
Yeah.
Not that I remove any of those processes. It's just that what I'm going to do is I'm going to simplify it for you to say, look, I don't think this car is, from what you're telling me,
it's good for you.
I don't think this car is what you're looking for. I think we should maybe go this direction, and basically iron it down to maybe 2 cars that fit into your budget and fit into what you're looking for, and then you can go test drive those 2. Instead of having to do 10 dealerships.
Basically, let's say
streamline the process.
The person tells you, I'm looking for this. You have let's say 10 cars in mind. You round it down to 2, 3.
Exactly. And what happens is that working a long time in the business, I either managed or worked alongside a lot of different people, and there's a lot of turnover in the car industry. So everybody end up dispersing themselves. Now people work at Audi, Mercedes, BMW.
Yeah, so everyone goes everywhere. Yeah.
So you know where to go.
I have the contacts there. A lot of them are GMs, sales managers, assistant managers, renewal managers, whatever. So they all have a little bit of pull, and I can send the customer there, and I'll manage the best price for them. So.
Okay, so that's it. If someone's looking for a new vehicle, people in different dealerships, and you'll send them. Okay, that's smart.
I'm working with almost 70 different dealerships now.
Holy cow! Wow.
And a lot of them are from the same brand. So for Mercedes, now Gio's gonna be one of my guys. So
that's good.
But I know guys at West Island. I know guys at different dealers.
You have to, because like what he'll have at his dealership doesn't mean they'll have it.
It's not always price. Sometimes also it's inventory.
Exactly. It's not even I wasn't even thinking about price. I was thinking more inventory. Let's say you're looking for a specific. Like you have that client that wants that.
In the used as well too.
With this. Yeah, exactly.
I do broker used cars at dealerships because some people don't want to go through the wholesale process. Because I can get you wholesale price on a car. You know, the problem is, like, if I'm going to get you wholesale price, it means I'm not going to touch it. So when a car comes in as is, there's some people are like, you're selling me the car like this, but I'm not making money.
The bumper is like scratched, the wheels are curved.
If you want me to do the whole process, like, I'm going to have to put some money into it. The price is not going to be the same.
People don't understand that. People don't understand that.
People want a car that's worth 40,000, but they want to pay 28. It's like, it doesn't make sense anymore.
You could do it.
You could do it,
but the car's going to be smashed, you know, like.
There might be no engine inside.
Or blown engine, you know, like.
Everything is doable in life.
100%.
In life, you never say no. So you want to pay 28? I got you a car for 28. What is this? This is the car for
28. Exactly. It's true. Yeah, but I wanted the 3. The one at 28 is the 128. Exactly. You know what I mean? Like this is what you're getting. You know.
That's it.
So I get it. It must be tough always to please.
I mean, everybody has different expectations, and that's why, you know, a lot of times when I get a call from a customer, I mean, for me, one of the main things is to qualify them up front. You know what I mean? Like, let's iron out all the kinks. Let's have a good conversation up front. Let me really figure out what you're looking for so that I can help you. And if your expectations are like out of whack, I'm going to tell you. I'm not.
You're not going to sugarcoat it. Like, it's crazy.
He was like that when my dad bought the car. I found that's why I think my dad liked him and why we stuck with him and everything. He told us. My dad said, "I'm looking for this. There's this." He said, "Okay, look at this." Then I remember even suggesting us, yo, Mas, look at this color. Remember, like monocle black, or whatever, carbon black. Carbon black.
Yeah.
So check this color out. Check this interior out. Suggested everything for, but when you know someone cares and loves the product so much,
you're 100% right.
My dad was just like,
people see it right away.
And I left BMW, but now I still have BMW tattooed on my heart. You know what I mean? Like,
for sure.
It's hard to get that away.
Coming here with an E39, I mean,
showed up with an E39 M5.
Yo, man,
can't really hide it.
Yeah, BMW's always there. BMW's always there. Once you're in it, you're always there. So how did you get into the car business? That I never.
How did I get into the car business? So I have to give credit where credit is due. You guys know Derek Carzoli?
Derek Carzoli, I know that name. No, but maybe by face probably.
Well, Derek Carzoli was working at Quarter Hyundai on Papineau, and so basically I had just done, I think, my stage to become a mechanic.
That was on my list. I was like, you were a tech before, right?
Well, it wasn't a tech. I never actually became a tech, but I went to Aveyron Technic, and don't ask me if I remember anything. I don't. Like, I really don't, because after that I never really like put it into practice. You know, you went there too.
Yeah.
So after that, I was like, you know what? I don't want to be underneath a freaking car all day and like, you know, changing brakes, because that's what ends up happening.
At the beginning, it's like
oil changes,
tires.
It's very routine. PDI tires, brake jobs, oil changes.
So I was like, this is not for me. Like, I cannot.
Did you pass the tire season? Did you do a tire season?
Never.
You're lucky, man. You're lucky.
Never.
Oh, man.
So I called up Derek. I'm like, you know what? I knew he was selling cars there. I said, you know what? Give me a spot. Like, just give me a spot.
So
and he got me in.
Straight to sales.
So he put me in an interview with the director des ventes over there. Remember, his name was Michel Biscotti.
And he's French?
He was French. He was Italian background, but he was French. And I sat down with him, and this guy was like, drilling me. Then Monsieur Quarter Hyundai wanted to see if I spoke French, and I did. But I mean, I didn't have the vous and the toi down back, so I like.
You're younger too.
I tutoied him a couple of times. This is an older man, like owns a dealership. He's like, you see those things. He's like, it doesn't work, you know. So then after I started working on my French a lot, and like they hired me, you know. So from there, I mean, the rest was history, because I mean, I killed it there. Then I moved to another Hyundai store, and I think I'd done like 239 units in 1 year.
Holy shit, that's insane. That's crazy.
It's not a big amount of money. I was making probably $100 to $150 a car. It's Hyundai, right?
Yeah, so it's not like you're selling it 1 BM.
And then Derek moved to Acura. So I like sort of followed him around.
That happens a lot in the car industry. A lot of guys do that.
And then I ended up with Acura, and then Acura obviously started selling cars. And then when I was with the Luciani group, Mr. Luciani was Italian. Like, we had a super good relationship. I jumped into renewals, so I was taking care of all the renewals, coming back to leases.
Okay.
And then from there, I think he went through 4, 5, 6 managers after that. And I just saw the turnover, and I'm like, I walked into his office. I was 24 years old. I walked into his office. I said, Mr. Luciani, I said, if I see one more freaking manager here, I'm gonna lose it, because it's turmoil within the team.
I know, for sure.
I said, I'm Italian. I don't want to use that as an excuse. I'm Italian. I'm young. I know the product. I know the brand. Just put me as a manager and let me take care of the team. And you can even pay me a shitty salary for the first 6 months. I don't care. Just want to put it on.
Hey, you want to prove yourself.
Yeah, of course. The experience is worth more than the salary.
Exactly. 100%. So I mean, that's what we did. That was the arrangement we did. He finally caved in, and from there, I mean, the rest was history.
That's negotiation tactics. That's
I did 3 years as manager there, and then afterwards, I got the opportunity at BMW Laval, and I jumped on it. So and I'm still close with the.
At BMW Laval, were you you're a regular salesman and manager, or you went straight?
No,
to manager?
I went straight to manager.
Oh, okay. That's it. Because I never knew you as
they got me as
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Doing Hyundai, Acura, and BMW, which one was not the easiest, but which one was the...
Oh, yeah, I know. It's
the hardest.
No, what's okay, the easiest, whatever.
Easiest
it's a bad word to use, but...
What's the easiest to sell?
Yeah.
I mean,
or the quickest to say.
Hyundai is definitely the hardest to sell.
Is it actually?
Hardest to sell?
Yeah, well, it was when I started. Now, probably a little easier.
Because you know the brand, too. Now everyone knows it.
Don't forget, I was there maybe a good 10, 12 years ago.
Wow, Hyundai, those hard... Oh, yeah.
So, I mean... No, even more than that.
You think because people know like let's say Honda and other...
But I figure Hyundai would be easier to sell because of price-wise.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, is that you have those people that are price-oriented, but I mean, don't forget, a lot of them don't pass credit. Back then, you know what I mean? Like, you had that, there was issues with that brand when it first started. Then it sort of, I know it went through, I wasn't there, but I know it went through an easier patch because they were, they're
doing good.
They were coming out with some really nice products, like... and
of course, nice. You weren't there when the Genesis was there, right?
Exactly.
I think that's what made them step up there.
Like.
Even the G70 now, the new one?
The new ones.
Yeah. Nice.
They look huge, eh? Don't you find it?
I sat inside. I'm like, this car is crazy.
You sat inside one?
Yeah.
And?
Oh my god. Yeah. It's so nice.
Is it gonna stay that nice though?
That's the thing. I don't know.
After a year, you're gonna.
That's it. Longevity. I don't know, but like the first impression I sat inside, really I'm like, wow, this is crazy, man.
Really,
like this is a Hyundai. It looks like legit looks like a Mercedes or BMW inside. Like
there was a guy in Florida. Remember that had one before like Genesis blew up over here.
Genesis.
Yeah, remember it was written jet with the wings and everything.
Yeah, the big
one.
Freaking
out. This car, but we were both there. And we're like, man, this car is nice.
Yeah, they're super nice.
Yeah, no, they did a good job, styling wise, and honestly, I have nothing to say. And they were good cars. They were always good cars.
Yeah.
Except if you go back to the 70s where they got their bad rap. Yeah. Like they put like I remember it was what was that car called?
All stories.
They put like a pony engine in like a big car like the Sonata, and the car like just literally fell apart. Yeah. That's where they got their bad rap from, and it was like a long time ago. So people had to get that out of their heads.
That bad taste in their mouth.
It does that. Like even when Volks had those bad years, a lot of people still... I remember when I was going through mechanics, it was always bashing Volks. Yeah. All those older guys that knew like the Volks
but Acura too. Acura, nobody said anything about reliability. People would say more like with Acura, it was, ça c'est la Honda Deluxe. Like they all say that. God. And it's like basically they're insinuating that it's like they put the Acura badge on the Honda. You know what I mean?
No.
And like the CSX was a little bit like that, but they upgraded a lot of
CSX
things.
Was a Civic, right?
It was a Civic,
yeah.
They had a Type S in that and everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Too. That was a cool car, man. Yeah. It came in all leather and everything. It was pretty cool.
The TSX was like comparable to the Accord.
Yeah.
Like.
But if you drive an Acura, it is a superior product to a Honda, anyways.
Yeah, well, I mean they revamped a lot. It's the interiors were different, the technology was different.
You see them now?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they're insane.
So now you see them coming. You're like,
the RDX is beautiful.
You know if it's a European car, man, those lights in the front and everything, I freak out.
The A-Spec is really nice.
A-Spec is insane. They have that crazy colors, blue and red. There, those.
They charge you for that shit, though, man.
Yeah, for
sure. They're not cheap.
They're expensive.
They're not.
So that's why you have your things at Acura too, and then when you get to BMW, it's like you could literally like this is your sales speech, sir. It's a BMW.
Yeah, that's it. It's tailored to a certain type of client. If you don't fit into this type of client, I mean, it's not for you. Then
you know what happened? He said that to my dad. Man, I was like, yeah, so he's driving the Audi.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but it's $1,200. But it's a BMW.
No, honestly, it's a product that sells itself, and you have people walking in that want that crest. You know what I mean? I think it was voted one of the most renowned crests. Well, in all brands, not just in the car industry. Like when you look at the BMW sign, like it's known.
It's definitely known.
It holds something to it. Like
exactly.
You remember like 80s, 90s, BM was like BM and Mercedes. It was like you had you were like a rich.
You were like a baller.
Exactly.
You had a 540 in your driveway. You were a baller.
Exactly. You were like a crazy nice E-Class or something. Like I find like Audi didn't have that at that time.
No.
Audi was more like that, still into the rally and quattro and all shit. But
motorsport.
That's why I think BM and Mercedes have that like more luxury, prestigious. Yeah.
Because they started off being like
that's how they were always. They started like that, and that's it. That you said, like I said, Audi started with the quattros and all that stuff. Then they built up, but I always say BMW and Mercedes always have that extra little.
And it's crazy because they're so different. Like
Mercedes
is like more like luxury, whereas BMW gives you luxury,
but
sporty, but more that sport aspect. You know, like
and Mercedes has even the interiors are like. BMW keeps more of the old school.
Yeah.
Look, now they
had no choice to revamp. Yeah.
Because if you sit in a Mercedes or an Audi.
Yeah. Like if you look at the new X5 now, it's.
Oh my god! My cousin got one. My cousin got one, and saying he got the black exterior with whatever the M package all around. So it's a 22s. Is it 22? 21.
Yeah.
22s.
Yeah.
And the interior is the light tan.
Oh yeah.
It's like a baseball.
Yeah.
I was freaking out. I go, this color combo looks perfect.
The M5 I sent you was like that color thing. No?
Exactly the same thing. The interior as that M5. It's insane.
I drove a 2019 M5 the other day.
What a rocket!
He texted me. He's like, I'm freaking out.
What a rocket! 617 horsepower.
I've driven one, man. They're insane.
Yo,
was it a compact?
No, it wasn't.
So
but that's coming next week. I'm gonna try that one next week.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's coming back again with a competition next week.
It's not a big thing. It's a 17 horsepower difference, but I mean still.
But suspension-wise, doesn't change or anything?
Maybe slightly.
Competition
maybe it's just a lower ride height.
But you get carbon brakes and stuff, I think. Right?
You could get carbon brakes.
Did you ever see the? Well, you do obviously on the just 550, not even M5. You see the discs?
Yeah.
They're the size of the mag.
Yeah.
You don't see nothing else. You just see.
Sure, you gotta break that thing.
It's huge. But the 550, the 550, the one before the M5. It's the same engine as M5, is it not?
The M550 has.
I love that, man.
Has actually a quicker 0 to 60 than the previous M5.
Yeah.
Because it's all-wheel drive.
Yeah.
It's V8 turbo. I mean, it was 455 horsepower, and now the new one has 523.
The 550.
Yeah, M550. Yeah.
I think that car is like low key, like.
Yeah, I feel like that's like the sleeper car. Like you have that one, you see it in the street, man.
The always were the 540s, like if the M5 that he bought.
The M5 before that wasn't all-wheel drive, so I mean, it took time to hook up. You know
that's the F10 M5, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Was that a good car?
It was a good car. It's just
you had an F10, no?
No, I had an M550.
Okay.
That year is cool for F52. I like that year. The F10 M550. That's the one that the Russian guy had at the drag strip.
They all had like little issues. Like if you go high mileage, the V8s, they need a little bit of work for sure.
That's it.
Like carb or like valves or rods bending and shit.
There was situations where sometimes engines would seize there. So.
Oh fuck. Okay.
Yeah, but not all of them. Like I'm talking about small percentage. So you just got to be careful. I mean, you got to maintain.
Take care of them.
You got to maintain.
But any high mileage German car,
you got to maintain.
Yeah, you're gonna find like.
And they can last you forever if you take care of them. They'll last you forever.
So what's up with the fuel up? So basically, how's it work? Fuel up? Do I get a full tank of gas? Because
no, you get a T-shirt.
We could put for gas if you want.
I don't know. You chose the name. Fuel up podcast.
Look what he comes with. You see what he comes with? He comes with the M5 to fuel. It doesn't come with the small size.
I need a full tank in this one. No problem. I'll drive it to the gas station.
The biggest tank that I have.
No problem. I'll drive it.
Did a couple of pulls over here to make sure there's nothing left.
So the name comes from actually. Let me restart from like where the actual idea came from though.
Yeah.
So when we get together or like just talk
like this,
we always talk like this. Like it starts off talking about, let's say, like I don't know about these lemons, but we end up talking about
cars.
Yeah, car stuff, you know. So like why not just like do a podcast out of it? Like either way we talk about it anyways, right? So let's do like a scheduled.
Like we're just chilling, we're just talking. Cool. We're like an hour, 2 hours. We realize what the hell? Why don't we just record some of this stuff?
Yeah, that's cool.
And put it out there. And then we're thinking of a name. And then I'm not gonna take credit for this because I didn't come up with the name, but he did. And he's like fuel up, meaning like
you get a weekly fuel up.
Yeah, like people's like knowledge or whatever.
I like that.
Yeah, that's cool. Honestly, that's we're
and like subscribers now and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's it. Now we're on YouTube. We didn't do all the camera things. We started off just audio. I find the camera gives it like an extra, like you see, like that you can listen to a full podcast. I find people check our clips or they'll watch a bit of the YouTube video and watch it whenever next time they have time.
Yeah,
I find. Just podcasting, I love just podcasting just like that, but some people it doesn't click.
Yeah.
I find it doesn't click. Some people don't understand it or whatever. But then when there's the camera, okay, I have a lot more people coming back to me and even telling me, oh, that was funny when you guys said this. And I'm like, before no one said
because they see the facial expression of when you're talking about it, you know?
For sure.
On audio, you just hear like, okay, they're talking about what.
Some people are more expressive than others. And
that too. Oh, that too. That too.
Well, it's like watching Joe Rogan. I assume you've
Joe
seen.
Rogan, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, like I said, the guy Joey Diaz.
Yeah.
You know who he is?
Yeah.
That's it. So if you hear him talking on the audio, he's hilarious.
Yeah.
But if you watch him like
It's even better.
on video,
It's like a comedy.
you piss your pants.
Yeah.
Like, but it's that extra aspect of
the
video.
mannerisms, yeah.
So how does a guy like Julian Culinary end up here? He's not a car guy. What the hell's going on?
This is where it gets a little bit swirly.
It started just me and Joe.
Well, I know what it was.
Cars.
You guys wanted a nice plate of pasta while you were doing the podcast, huh?
You know what? He left some sauce, and by the way, the sauce was banging.
Yeah, he came over and we made
This guy's a machine. Did he credit me, by the way? Because I came up with his sauce and toss thing.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
If you're listening, Julian, I will get you.
We're going to make a clip out of this and we're going to send it. We're going to tag Julian too. Oh, shit, the sauce and toss?
Yeah. Because he had put it on Instagram. And he's like, what should I call this? And I think I just wrote, you know, like when they put those little things, like sauce and toss. And he was like, fuck, that's a good one. And then afterwards, he's like, he was like, I'm still thinking about it. And he ended up taking it. I'm like, you didn't credit me. What's going on? I'm like, I want 5% of your sales for the rest of the time.
For sauce and but that's it. We were always talking about cars and stuff. But then after, like you said, Joe Rogan and stuff like really inspires us. So we wanted to have guests on because at the beginning we had 0 guests. It was just me and him.
Yeah.
So we were starting
10 episodes, right?
Yeah, that's it. 10 episodes around. Then we were starting with guests, and a lot of our I have a lot of friends that are chefs and stuff like that, or like mechanics, but mechanics don't really want to talk much. You know what I mean? You're in sales, you're good at
it's
how
different
to.
stories,
it's different, exactly. You understand? So we said, why don't we just have different guests? We wanted talent from Montreal or people.
It's good for you guys too, because that's what's going to help you grow. Because that guy that you're going to have on the podcast is always going to have a following.
That too. And
then people start to see its
that's
visibility.
That's what we like. We like that.
It's like advertising through what you're doing.
Exactly, that too. And we like to have people like you. Let's say you have a new business. We have to shout it out if we can help, whatever we can do. Like, it's not like we're doing, it's not like we have a million views, this and that, but if we could help, we'd love to help friends.
You always have to start somewhere. Like when I started my classic car investments on
That was
Instagram.
a point. Did you know it was him?
You didn't know.
You didn't know it was
him.
I was dying.
He's liking the picture, he's commenting. I'm like, okay, this guy's cool, whatever.
Yeah, that's Andy. You want to laugh. You wrote to me.
But at the beginning, I didn't tell anybody because when I started it was during the beginning of the pandemic when everything was shut down. And I was like, you know what? I need to keep myself busy, and like I was going crazy with the kids at home and everything, So I'm like, you know what? I told my wife, I said, give me like half an hour in the morning, and I'm just gonna start building this page, and I'm gonna post like different investment ideas because I'm good at that stuff. All the cars, I appreciate them, I know them, So I'm just gonna post ideas of cars that you can buy and not lose money or gain money with. You know what I mean? Like gain value with. And that's what
good investments, basically. Good car investments.
That's right.
But the funny part was he came to my house after where we were chilling one night. I remember, this car investment guy, he's a chill guy. He's a nice guy. He's really always comments on our stuff. And I'm like, you know who that is? No. I'm like, it's Andy. Andy who? At BMW. What? No, it's not him. I'm telling you, it's him. And then after, then you wrote to me, it's me. I'm like, I definitely know it's you. He's like, shit. He goes, I thought no one knew.
I have no idea. I'm like, this guy's cool.
I got lucky because I have his brother as a friend. And his brother's like, follow my brother at car. That's why I'm like,
So at first I didn't tell anybody. If you guys know M5 Junior?
Yeah, I know.
So him too.
You know him too? You know him?
The red one.
Yes, but he used to come with us at the Julep. He used to have a Jetta 1.8T.
I know,
exactly.
So he's a friend of mine through like I'm friends with his brothers and everything.
Yeah.
And he's like, at the beginning I was like asking him like nicely, but I didn't tell him it was me. I was like, buddy, if you could maybe just repost or whatever. I'm a guy from Montreal, because I couldn't say anything. I was still at BMW and I didn't want
That's it too. That's what he wrote to me. He goes, I was still BMW. I don't want to say anything.
Basically, he's like, oh, no problem. Super helpful. He's like, he posted my thing and everything. And then like when I left, I told him, he was like, are you kidding me? I can't believe this. He was losing it on me completely.
But I had a feeling. I go, man, this guy is too nice. I go, he's too nice to us. Most people aren't that nice to us.
It didn't click like at all that it was you.
Incognito.
Yeah, that's
when I told him, he was freaking out. That was hilarious. So talking about that, you have the experience with the old cars and the car investment stuff like that. I remember I think the first time I met you or like saw you or whatever, I was with your brother. You had a brown Corrado. Could it be?
No, it was.
Was it brown?
It was like gray. It was like
gray.
It was like Nardo gray. Yeah.
Okay. He had an old school Corrado. I fell in love with that car. I remember I was always looking at that car.
The stock color wasn't.
No, it was repainted.
Yeah.
It had a Rieger kit on it, and we slapped 1.8T 225 from an Audi.
Okay, you had a 1.8T in there.
Yeah.
So now like
an
everyone
Audi,
else, the VR6.
what's it called? TT. And it was a forged engine, so you could literally just
The old TTs.
boost up.
The old TTs with the bubble.
Exactly.
Yeah. Those are good. The 1.8.
So you could boost up the turbo as much as you want and put as much boost as you want because the engine was forged. No, it was. I had the 375 horsepower and like 375 pounds of torque, but it was front wheel drive. There was no.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Like you had to. I had to put a diesel transmission in there.
Yeah. Everyone used to do
handle
that.
the
Yeah,
torque.
the torque. Yeah.
It was stick?
It was stick.
From the TDIs.
Yeah.
They were bolt on, huh?
TDI,
Yeah, I remember that. Those
God
mods.
damn, all right.
Yeah, it was
But
fun.
usually everyone goes VR6 in that.
Yeah, a lot of people.
Why
Go,
didn't
and
you do VR6?
I mean, I wanted to do VR6 just because of the sound.
Oh,
but I mean,
you heard it the other day.
it just so happened that when I was looking for an engine, I mean, we ended up falling on that, and I was like, the price was right,
That's it.
and it was forged. I'm like, this is like nice.
It's different from, and even to be different. Everyone else was doing VR6s, man.
If you can't get VR6, you gotta get down, right?
But I mean, at the end of the day, the horsepower wasn't going to change. It was probably still going to get up there. The thing is that VR6 is heavier than a 1.8T. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
it's bigger, for sure.
yeah, exactly. So I was like, this engine's forged, and that's the part that it really got to me. I was like, this is I could literally boost it up.
So what did you do? You tuned it and everything? Or was it same turbo, stock turbo, or bigger turbo?
No, it was a Garrett turbo.
Okay, you upgraded turbo.
Yeah.
A KO4 or bigger than that?
I don't remember.
KO4 fits on 1.8 though, right?
Oh yeah.
It's made for that engine.
Yeah,
So
I think it was maybe something like that.
Probably K04. Yeah, that's usually the upgrade.
Yeah.
Okay, so what else did you have besides that? Any other builds? That's the only build I remember.
Builds?
Yeah.
I mean, not really. I
older
modified
cars.
a lot of cars. Like I have my ZHP. I put some really nice.
Check out it.
mags.
We're gonna link his page. Did you see that?
Yeah.
What is that HP?
You're not a BMW guy.
Yeah, it was the old 330s, like E46.
Yeah.
E46, but with
sedan manual ZHP was just before the M3. It had the Alcantara shifter and Alcantara.
I've seen. Okay, yes.
Had those
So I had
wheels,
I imported wheels from Europe, style 128s. They came on. They were coming on 5 Series, 7 Series, and X3s.
That's the bigger wheels, right?
But they had a serious offset.
I remember the concave. Everybody asked me, "Could you get them?" I go, "I can't." I know what you're talking about.
I was like looking for them everywhere, and when I found them, I'm like, "Ship now."
You got them in Europe?
Yeah, they came from Europe. Yeah.
But 330, is it inline 6?
Yeah.
It's an inline 6. It was basically the 3-liter inline 6.
Like my 328 that I had, the 2-door, same engine. Same thing.
It wasn't super fast. The ZHP had a little bit more horsepower. It was like 230.
I find it good though.
But it drove super well, super fun. Like, and my car was clean. It was really clean.
You still have it?
No, I just sold it.
You just sold it.
I just sold it to one of my friends, Robbie.
Sedan, you said, right?
It was a sedan, yeah.
And black, right?
Did you have an E46 as well?
I had an M3 as well. My E46 M3. It was Imola red. That was nice.
That you don't have no more.
Yes.
No, that I bought and sold because I got a crazy offer. The car had like 59,000 kilometers on it.
Stick.
Okay.
Stick, Imola red, 2004.
Wouldn't
It
care?
wasn't a competition package, but it would like we sort of like brought it to a competition. There was bigger
contract?
Zimmerman brakes. We dropped the suspension a little bit just for the ride height. We put the CSL mags on it.
That's it. Okay, that's what I was gonna say. CSL, right?
It wasn't a competition package to start though. It was.
Quick question: a compact and a CSL is not the same thing, correct?
No, CSL never came. So
Never.
this is
And
my
that
ultimate
was
goal.
me too. That's like my car,
CSL
man.
trunk?
So CSL.
Yeah.
Now you got me started.
Yo, man, those are the
CSL
years.
is basically only sold in Europe, and it always came with the SMG, which I hate. I can't stand. So, and I mean, they were upgraded in the CSLs. They were the second version.
The first ones.
First ones were really garbage,
my God.
but still not. I mean, the shifting on those things is like you
go like this all the time.
You basically there's a lag in it.
Yeah,
you know?
you feel like.
Whereas in the 6-speed manual, you don't. That transmission, the 6-speed manual on the E46 M3 is just. Like it's majestic.
Yeah,
it's majestic. It's one of the best transmissions I've ever driven, and they're fantastic. They don't break. Yeah, exactly.
It's
crazy how they offer both.
I know.
Well, it's because
car companies.
You know why the M3 manual E46 is worth so much? Is because 80% of those
were SMG.
Were sold in SMGs.
I don't get why you offer SMG if the manual is so freaking good.
Yeah, but they don't know. They didn't know the pumps were gonna go and the stuff like that. And honestly, it was the first.
First gen of
that.
Yeah, people didn't know how to drive them. People really don't know how to drive those cars.
When you drove it, it was like, wow, shifting's quick. But same thing with the M5 V10. That same thing happens with that transmission. Like if you
saw it, I raced one, man. You see it.
And on the V10, it's like like you literally, your head almost hits the
When I
steering.
when I raced that guy, you saw the car go like it started to lose, and then after then
Exactly.
it started to come back. Remember, you were like, what the hell?
That's why same thing
They're
with the
slow,
M5 V10s. Those ones you find a manual and it's worth like literally double the SMG.
one car, man.
Like,
even with the engine problems.
yeah, for sure.
I'll take that car with anything.
Because they're rarer. You know, they're a lot rarer.
I'll take it any color, any engine pro, anything. I'll just take it. I love that car with the V10.
V10, yeah.
Man, that sound, I heard it like
The problem
once.
is if you find one,
It's like a Lamborghini.
It sounds like that. It sounds like that.
Same thing, yeah.
It sounds
but
like
you
that.
find one, there's a good chance it's scrap.
Yeah.
Or it's beaten to shit like that kid that was at the
The
racetrack
Russian, yeah.
and he didn't know what he was doing. His car was stuck in neutral.
So, going back to the CSL, my ultimate goal, is to find a comp package E46 M3, which is not given these days. They're very expensive.
Here in Canada.
Stick, and then I'm gonna turn it into a real CSL. I'm gonna order the carbon intake, which is insane, absolutely insane. If you ever hear an E46 M3 with that carbon intake, like
I used to be obsessed with this car.
you're
man.
gonna
All the
be,
mods.
you're gonna fall in love automatically.
Oh, yeah.
Just
It
hearing
changes
that
that
sound.
much?
Oh my
But even
god.
the look of the car, man, I don't know.
So CSL trunk, you gotta put the CSL mags,
you
the
have
real
the
ones,
trunk
the
and the
real
mag.
CSL mags. You change
have
the
to.
real CSL suspension. The front bumpers have to be changed
I was
because
going
there's
to say
that
the bumpers have
scoop.
the, yeah.
There's that little hole that feeds the carbon intake. You know, like
Okay, so there's
Yo.
actually a big
the
difference
interior,
between
the
Yeah,
door
yeah,
cards.
yeah.
The door cards are carbon. The interior
Yeah.
is different. There's no AC.
Is there a roll cage in the CSL?
No.
No.
Or is that the
no.
GTR?
GTR. Yeah,
GTR, yeah, but that's
Yeah, that one's
track
insane
car.
too.
Yeah.
That's a cool car.
That's a track car. But I don't like the wing on that thing. That's the wing, isn't it? A massive wing on
Yeah,
the...
the
And then, I mean, it's gonna be expensive because just the carbon intake is like 3 Gs.
how much is the carbon trunk?
The trunk, I'm not sure. I haven't really looked into.
So
it.
many people
Probably-
made like replicas of that trunk though. I had it on my...
There was one on Bring a Trailer
92.
that the guy took a Laguna Seca Blue,
Nice.
03.5.
Oh my God.
So he had the
I love
LED
that sight.
lights in the back, and the guy put a carbon roof.
Okay, so you had the LEDs.
Carbon roof. He put the CSL interior. The only thing he didn't have was the console for the
Yeah,
16
yeah,
manual.
yeah.
And it was a manual. The car sold for 90,000 euros.
Holy shit.
Because it was Laguna Seca Blue.
Yeah, Laguna Seca Blue.
No
is,
mileage.
The guy had PPF ceramic coating
Yeah,
on
yeah.
the car.
But yeah,
It was wrapped.
that car
it was,
has to be...
Okay, the car was mint.
It was mint. It had 16,000 kilometers. It was
Oh my God, how do you get that car?
$90,000 USD. This was like 2 years ago.
It's probably worth more now.
Wow. It's probably 120 now.
The guy probably didn't drive it, and the van was done. Everything was done.
This was done.
Your subframe was done. Like the,
Yeah,
Oh my God,
the guy
the
literally
right?
put up the car, and like the people looking at it are
Every
like,
single-
"This car is new. This car is new.
Wow.
It's ready to go."
They had
I just want to
craftsmanship
see
wrong, right?
that.
The frames?
Oh yeah, yeah.
There's a lot of people were hard on them, and the subframes would like tear apart.
Yeah.
You know?
But the fixes were just to weld it back.
They had like
Reinforcement,
welds, yeah. Reinforcement welds.
parts too.
But I heard the
certain
convertible
parts.
doesn't have that problem.
No, it does.
It has it as well?
Yeah.
I heard it does. Yeah.
It's just that the convertible people don't slam them as much. So
Yeah, they do.
yeah,
It's like,
it will never happen to you if like you nail the car on the highway. It won't happen.
more
Oh, no.
If you're,
If you're really
like
pushing
hard
it.
on off the line, like it's taking a toll
I've
on
seen
that back
that,
axle.
yeah.
twisting in the back.
exactly.
Used to twist a lot in the back. Those.
Yeah.
So yeah, so builds. That's it. That you really.
What else did I build? Yeah, I bought not builds. Like I'm not crazy. I like
No,
things
I know.
original,
Like
right?
little
Yeah,
So
OEM
like-
plus.
Like my E39 M5 that I just found, I went and pick it up in Toronto, and I like the fact that the car's original and it's rare.
You don't want the modified.
It's got
you know, that
it's
shit.
the Le Mans blue with the blue and black interior, which is
Super
super
nice.
hard to find. You know,
yeah.
like you find a lot of them with the
I
Le Mans
saw-
blue with the black.
Black.
But
I saw what's his name post the picture before you, and I'm like, what? I see
Oh.
tagged Andy. I'm
yeah,
like,
he gave me a lift.
I'm like,
Because
what?
they were
I go, did he
going
just
to-
get an M5? This piece of shit.
Yeah.
I go, did he just get one?
They
Then I
were
see
going
he
to
posted it. I'm like,
Wasaga
it's
Beach.
so,
Yeah. Yeah, my cousin has his GTI that he modified the shit out of. The things like a little bit like McRae
Did you
back
bring
in the
it?
day.
Did you go to?
I didn't go to
Okay,
Wasaga.
you
They
didn't
were
go.
getting
I
mad
thought
at me.
you were
Like,
going.
you're here. You just bought a new car. You're not coming to Wasaga Beach. I'm like, no, it's not. It hasn't been paint corrected yet. I gotta.
You don't want to get
If I show
told.
up with a car, it's gotta be.
Gotta be
top
ready.
tier.
It's gotta be ready.
Exactly.
So what's your plans for this M5?
Just turn it back into like
Original state.
That's- I think
pristine
that's the best thing,
original
honestly.
state. You know, it's got 100K on it, which is low for those
Wow, that's not a
M5s.
lot.
Yeah.
That's
not a lot.
Shit.
Yeah, people sell them with 200 plus thousand. They're still worth 25,000. You know, like so. I mean, this one's got low mileage and it's a rare color. I just want to turn it back into original state and maybe one day I'll sell it, but most
Okay, that's it.
No,
Let's say you're gonna keep it.
That, keeping it the same.
no.
But you said
Muffler delete. That's it.
That's it.
It's got a ZHP shifter, which is the nicer upgraded shifter.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
instead of the wood trim, it's got like a graphite trim now.
Okay.
So I mean, it looks a little
That's
bit more
original?
up to date.
Is that
It
original?
was an original trim, but not for that car.
Oh, okay.
Someone just added it inside.
It was from a 540.
I was about to say, okay.
540 and put it in the M5 because the wood trim is like.
It looks like
not my style.
grandfather-y. Yeah, it's
you have the
grandfather.
sporty blue and black interior with a wood trim. It's like.
Yeah, I know. It feels like grandfatherish.
Yeah.
Like you feel like you're in an old Cadillac or something.
Yeah,
When
exactly.
you start seeing the wood trim, even like if you look at the old Audi, the old like S4s and stuff.
But now they're starting to come back. Like people are starting to appreciate those wood trims. You start to see.
But the different
there
wood
is a lot of
trim,
people that buy wood trims. You'd be surprised.
like Mercedes wood is.
Yeah.
It looks like wood. It looks like a piece of wood that's there.
It is real wood.
The wood that was, but I know what I'm saying. The wood that, like, let's say we had before, it's like that plastic, bubbly looking.
like that lacquer
it's like
wood.
fake. It looks fake.
A lot of people buy with wood trim. It's crazy.
I would get a Mercedes with the black mahogany, whatever you call it, that black wood.
Depending the exterior color of the M5, like if it had that black luxurious interior, not the sports seats.
Not the sport.
wood
Yeah.
And the wood,
that
it
makes
works.
sense.
You know what I
that
mean?
makes sense.
It's just
Like
the
a blue
sports
interior,
seats with the wood, it wasn't happening.
No, yeah.
It's not a good match.
No.
So I mean things like that, and I mean if I look back, what else did we do? I mean I've always been that type of guy. Like I took a trade-in from BMW Laval once, and I think I paid the car, just under 15 grand. It was an M3 with 110,000 kilometers, manual. Car was original, no smashes. I was like, why would someone trade this in?
E92?
No, it was an E46. I was like, why would someone trade this in? I bought it. I drove it for 3 years. I put black mags. I just changed maybe the lights. I've refreshed it a little bit, like the clear lights.
Yeah.
And I redid the interior a little bit, like the seats were a little worn.
Like
I just
fiber
had them worked a little bit. Bro, I think I sold the car over 30 3 years later.
Shit.
So that's why, I mean,
Some people don't know what they have too, eh?
they don't know what they have, but they traded the guy that traded it in. I mean, he probably just wanted to upgrade. He didn't want to waste his time. But I mean, he could have put up that car for 20 grand and he would have sold it. You know what I mean?
Easily.
Like just like that. People just don't want to waste their time.
That too. People are just like, you know what? I don't care.
Because selling cars retail on like Kijiji or eBay or whatever,
it's a headache too.
Whole process.
It's not like you're selling.
The guys to come to your house, show them.
But it's not like
bitch about this.
It's
a complain about this. It's not done this.
And it's not like you're selling like a Honda Civic for like $5,000, like a couple thousand.
But anyways, manual E46 M3. You're trading it in for 14. Put it up for 20. No one's gonna bust your chops.
Yeah,
if the car's worth it was worth 25. You know what I mean?
They don't know. They just don't want the headache. They just want to get rid of it.
So when I saw that, I was like, okay, this doesn't make sense. I have to buy this car. And I wasn't even in a position that I wanted a car, but I just saw it and I'm like, I need to buy this car.
That's a car guy. It makes sense, but to no one else it makes sense.
I have no space for it. I will find space for it.
Exactly.
So I mean,
even if you pay to park it somewhere, you're still gonna make money off.
It's crazy. I drove, but it's not like I didn't put. I'm not saying I daily drove the car. Like I didn't put a lot of mileage on it. I put 1,000 kilometers a year. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So when I sold it with 4,000 kilometers more. All I did was go to maybe like car shows and stuff like that. Just fun. Maybe go to golf every once in a while. Yeah, exactly.
That's a golf car.
Yeah.
The club's fit?
Yeah.
Me too. I like it. That's good to know. That's why I'm asking. It's good to know.
It was my car to go to golf. My wife always heard me on Sunday morning. Garage door opens.
Did you get to play this weekend?
I didn't play. I put my clubs away
I think
probably last week. Yeah.
Oh, yeah? You got to play? Oh,
I've been getting frustrated because, I mean, I'll shoot 78 one game and then I'll shoot 93 the next game. I'm like, what the hell's going on? I don't understand. Too confident. I think.
That was me yesterday, man. I don't know if it was because all these excuses was funny. I think it's because it's cold outside. I'm not able to twitch. I was short all the time yesterday. I was freaking out.
The ball doesn't travel as much.
That too. The ball doesn't travel.
You gotta take sometimes an extra club.
Is it because the ball, with the cold, the ball gets harder? Is that why?
It gets harder, but even the air is more condensed.
The air doesn't travel through the air as much.
Yeah, even let's say you're hitting an iron in the grass. I found yesterday that it's a bit harder to like.
That's why these guys like Bryson DeChambeau in Florida, they knock the ball 380 yards. It doesn't make sense. The ball just goes.
That too. It's lighter. The air's lighter. That's why. You know when it's cold, you feel it like you're.
I'm not saying that I would hit it 380 anyways, but
I wish.
I could barely hit it 20 feet. I get so excited when I hit the ball. I'm like, yeah, I hit it.
Like, to see him, he's like, yeah, shit. Nice. And the
ball's like, who knows where it's going.
I have a friend of mine too. I mean, he's like, I have the best swing in the world. What do you mean? Can you hit the ball backwards? I can. She tops the ball and it goes 3 feet back.
Oh my god.
Probably my brother, same thing. He's like, every time I tell him to come and play, I was like, I don't know how to hit a ball.
It's legit practice though.
Well, like our cousin Kev, this year I made him start playing. He loves it now, and he's starting to get
It's a lot of fun.
Once you get in that itch,
a lot of fun. I have a friend, my friend of mine from Heavenly Taste Biscotti, Anthony Fabrizio. He started like maybe 3 years ago only, and the first year, he was already shooting like some games in the 80s.
My cousin, that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to do good. Kev, man, I'm freaking out.
And then he would play like 110 and then like shoot a game like 88. And I'm like, what the hell's up with you, man? You're like the swing of 20 shots. You know?
Yeah.
It's because you learn to get that understanding of the game.
It's hard.
Your swing, you can get your swing within a year.
The more time you practice, you're gonna get better.
It's literally practice. And
golf,
you gotta understand.
Golf is like you have to understand the game. You know, like the pin is on the right with a bunker in front. Don't go for a pin. It's like just put it in the middle of the green. You know what I mean?
Most people don't know that. Most people don't. Or even let's say you're doing dog leg to the left, and there's a hole, whatever, and then there's the thing. Yeah. People are trying to launch it over straight to the green, or like no, you have to play strategic. Exactly. You get it right before.
What's the advantage that you have by doing that?
But then after you're in the woods and near the green, but you're in the woods and then you chip it 7 times.
My friends freak out because when I play, and sometimes when I play my best games, is I tee off with a 3-wood. You know, I hit my 3 with 235, 240. I'm happy with that. You know what I mean?
I have no idea what that means.
Instead of driver, instead of that big head, he plays with a smaller. It's a smaller head.
Like a number 6.
Number 3.
Hybrid.
That's what he said. No, just a 3.
No, just a 3.
He's looking at all the things he's on golf town. Hybrids, switches, this. That.
You would probably be excellent because you're tall.
Yeah.
So I can hit the ball. I have no problem hitting the ball. The problem is the ball gonna go straight?
No.
Yeah,
Kev hit a straight 280 yesterday on the course. 280.
What a driver.
270. Sorry, 270. Yeah, obviously with a driver.
Yeah. Nice.
First year that he's playing.
Nice.
270. Just back.
And it's cold now.
He's tall as him too there.
Yeah, exactly.
But at the beginning he'll go left. But now he's even if he watches videos, he's obsessed with getting that drive good.
Yeah. I don't even full.
I'm telling you, Kev is. I never full swing. I can't. They're also sliced.
Aspect of the game.
No.
Drive for dough. Drive for show, putt for dough.
Exactly. Putting's 50% of your game.
Yeah,
putting.
it's like the ending part, right? Like where you have to get into the hole there.
It's not like mini putt. Oh my god, it's hard, bro. Then it's at the top of a hill.
How many drivers are you gonna use in a game? There's par 3s. Remove the par 3s.
Yeah, that's true.
And then you've got shorter holes or whatever, like more precise.
Par 3 is a smaller hole. That's what he's trying to say. Because he doesn't know.
So meaning out of 18 holes, you're gonna use your driver 10, 12 times maybe?
Yeah, 12, 14.
And the putter you use all 18.
Putter you use every hole.
Every hole. You have to.
Minimum 2 shots a hole.
Yeah, like if you get
excellent putter.
Yeah, exactly. If you're 2 putts, you're like doing amazing. Like 2 putts.
Par 3 means you have to get it in 3 shots or less.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, got you.
Or then you go more, which usually what most of us do.
At par 3s, you're not using your driver because it's 150.
Yeah, you're using like your 7, your 8, your 9, whatever.
So the first shot is done with a small
an iron.
Head. Okay,
not even a head. It's just
an iron sometimes.
There's no head. Like you see, like Kev, because he's starting off, he'll use the 3 because he doesn't shoot as far.
You gotta get him in there.
I will tell him all the time. They don't want to, these guys.
He's gonna turn into a Michael Phelps of the golf.
I'm freaking out with my cousin Kevin, man. If he's watching this, man, honestly, I freak out, bro. He's good, man. Now he's understanding because he plays soccer a lot. So I'm like, bro, when you chip a ball in soccer, same thing. You have to get under it.
Gotta get under it.
And you know the way now he's saying to chip the ball because he understands that. I love that when I see. Honestly, the game itself.
Honestly, it's a game of a lifetime.
Oh yeah,
because you could play when you're 70 or 80.
Age never impacts the.
And it's always different.
And I know guys like one of my dad's friends, Gino Beretta. I mean, the guy's like 75. The guy shoots like low 80s, like
easy.
Sometimes even in 70s.
The best when you see those old men, they're playing, and they're like, you see them swing like, and it's straight, but they're straight all the time. They're straight.
When we play with my friends, you guys would die. It's literally like if we could bring like the podcast on the golf course, it would be nuts. Like because it's like I find we're more entertaining than the PGA in the sense not that we're better golfers,
but the conversations that happen.
It's like we grill each other. Like if you overhit the green and you're like next to a tree and like you have no shot, like you just hear my friend, that's gonna cost ya. You know, like we kill each other. Or like he hit off the green, hit off the tee, and like the ball goes like a mile into the woods. Yeah. You just hear my buddy, oh, that's a goner.
The commentator.
Hilarious.
Oh my god, that's good though.
We invite people sometimes. They're like, honestly, it's the most entertaining thing ever. Or like, I make a birdie putt, and my friend, you just see him. He's looking at me, and he's like staring me down, like he wants to kill me. You know, like it's hilarious. And 18th green is always magical. If we go in tied, something always happens. Someone chips in, someone makes a 60-foot birdie putt. You know, like there's always something that happens.
Yes. It's long. Yesterday, I think it was around that 60 feet. I go for a putt. There's one old man watching. I was so nervous. I look at Kevin. I go, this is how the PGA feels. Like, this is one guy watching you. I'm fighting. Yo, I got it so close. Like the hole, I was like, just like a gimme, whatever. I'm like, shit. The guy's in the background. I was like, so I even. I went like this. I'm like, that's how it feels.
So close, no,
it's not.
You don't even put it.
You don't put it.
It's like so close.
It's like right there. Like, say the hole's here. Yeah, that's how I got it.
Okay,
Yeah, it's a gimme, type of thing.
Okay,
or even let's say you're a bit further, instead of putting, it's like, okay, it's a putt. It's one putt.
A gimme is when you're the other people give it to you. That's what it is.
Exactly. Because it's so close. They're like, okay, you're retarded if you miss this. Like
in golf, there's also some people play slow.
If you play
you want to keep the pace. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if you're taking long on a hole, the people behind you are waiting and starts fights. Believe it or not, and
it does. I got one this year. I got into a scrap. This guy couldn't wait. He's behind it, but there's like people in front of you. You know how it is sometimes. People in front of you, you're waiting, and those guys were waiting for the other guys in front.
Yeah, exactly.
And those guys are. Bro, I just drove the ball. I just drove the ball. It landed right near me.
Yeah.
I lost. I never lost it like that. I go to the guy. What are you retarded? Because if it hits you in the head, you're dead.
Yeah.
I've seen it hit someone in the head. He drove, not even like
you're still on the fairway, and the guy's hitting the ball.
He's hitting. I lost it. He hit it. He has two I see one Pro V1 lands here, right? Take it from my pocket. I go,
there you go. Exactly.
I go and I ripped him. He goes, "You, my bad." I go, "I rushed away," and I just left. I go, "What the hell, man?" People cannot wait 2 minutes. It takes 2 minutes to hit four people to hit a ball, and you continue going. You can't wait. People are, and you get into arguments with some people.
I believe you.
Some people are just, or do you think they're? You saw me. I was there with his son. They're all dressed perfect, like they're golfers in the PGA Tour. It's like,
sometimes we play a bit of music, in the car.
I never did it.
Some people, you hear, hey, la musique. How the hell do you hear it? Like, it's not even loud. I barely hear it.
Yeah.
So when you leave, you pass in front, you start honking. You drive.
But in the States, a lot of people do that. They play music.
For real?
During golf.
Yes, and you even have little radios in the golf carts.
In the golf carts.
You see in the golf carts.
Like, that's what I told the guy after when I saw him. I go, buddy, you know in the States people play golf with music.
Well, music
obviously,
though.
It does a bit. Like, don't put it full blast and boom, boom,
no.
Like,
just a little bit
like the ball is shaking on the tee. Like,
no.
It's in the back of the thing.
No, just a little bit of groove in the back.
Just a bit. I love music.
It loosens up your swing too.
100%.
A couple of beers.
Why him? He's not bad, but like he struggles at golf. Because he's not loose. He's a stiff. He's super stiff. Any sport he plays, he's stiff. I go, man, golf, you have to be nice and loose.
I've been practicing my at the driving range. I've been practicing my stance.
You have to keep. You can't go once, twice. You have to go every weekend. Yeah. Or else you forget.
I have a busy week. I gotta fit this in.
Don't you find?
Sorry, I can't do the podcast. I'm going to the driving.
You just see me. Okay, no problem. I'll meet you there.
I'll meet you there.
But we'll do it there. It's a good idea.
What happened to the golf podcast? We went to golf.
There's a video of Giovanni hitting balls and stuff.
Episode 28 at the golf range.
Going back to cars because we got a bit off track. Do you cater mostly to German, European cars now, or do you, like with your business and stuff, where you all around?
In the used cars, honestly, to be honest, like I started off a lot of
now
pickups.
I never knew that you. Oh yeah, I saw you with a lot of pickups.
Export game in America.
Yeah,
it's pretty crazy.
Yeah,
they go for overvalued.
I mean, because you have so many options with pickups, you can send them to the States. You can do whatever you want.
Is it a pain in the ass to send them to the States?
It is. It's a long process because
right?
you gotta sit at the port for like 60 days. You need big pockets because you gotta keep it there. You gotta keep it there. You don't get paid necessarily until it crosses.
Right away,
You gotta check for recalls. You gotta check for TPMS valves. You gotta
do the recall. Oh yeah, because over there there's no TPMS.
They won't let you.
It's a law with TPMS there. That's why.
Yeah, it has to have TPMS. Yeah.
That's a law there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why all American vehicles, like the Germans, had them and.
Yeah.
Wait, in America the cars have TPMS 100%.
Yeah, because people used to come to us, let's say with Mercedes and Beamers, and they're like, oh yeah, they have them, because they would be looking at it on the States, let's say on a form on the States. They don't have them here. It's only in the States. But no, I didn't know it was a law.
Yeah, but a lot of cars have TPMS already here. Like,
yeah, but not TPMS.
But
it's on your ABS system.
Like, for example, all the American pickups have it,
exactly.
right? If you go to GMC,
yes,
you go for Ford,
all Americans
have whatever,
them.
They all have it.
Cadillac has
for
them.
Toyota Tacoma, which you can ship, those ones need TPMS. So some of them have it, some of them don't. So if the ones that don't have it, you can't ship them.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let me just ask you a question. TPMS meaning the one on the hub or the one on the actual valve?
The valve. That's why
the one on the hub does not work.
It works. It's just that I guess, like you said, it's a law that you need this
The actual thing. Okay, I understand.
It's all the safety thing, you know, the camera and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They're all starting with all that stuff there.
Well, here in Canada, the camera
the rear view camera. Is there blind
spots?
spots too now?
No.
Most of them are starting. Actually, a lot of base model cars are starting with blind spots.
They have it standard, but it's not a
requirement.
It's not a requirement yet.
Backup cameras.
It's only backup camera.
Yeah, since 2016.
Oh, okay, I thought it was.
Well, people they back up their cars, man. They like, and they're just looking at the camera. Like it doesn't work like that.
Yeah, no, exactly.
The camera's there to help you, not to look at it the whole way.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's
so
true.
I mean, I'm doing everything, literally everything. Obviously, my passion is with like older cars. That's my passion.
Have you sold any, like, let's say, old school?
Well, I mean, like Porsche, you know, Carrera 4S and stuff like that. Like I've got a couple of those, but I mean, I bid on you know, some Boxster S's. I bid on a Ferrari. Like whatever I can do to
make money, basically.
Yeah. 355
whatever your clients are looking
355
for.
manual I saw, I was like, I'm
They had one for
this.
sale?
Yeah.
How much did it go for?
Just over 100.
Shit, still, man.
Just the whole, even the 360 Modenas.
Yeah, because it's manual.
Oh my god, yeah.
The gated shifter.
Yeah, but even the 360 Modena, try to find one manual.
The 355, the problem that they have those cars is the engine out service is like 10 G's. It's like,
I don't think 360 need an engine out service.
No, not 360, no.
No, you don't.
355,
yeah. Because is the 360 a flat plane?
If it wasn't for those things, the 355 would be worth way more than what.
I love the 355.
Yeah, but the out of what's it called? The out of engine out service.
Yeah.
Engine out service. Does it have to be on every 10,000?
I don't know if it's 10,000. No, it's not 10,000. It's I'm not sure the exact mileage, but I mean it's often. I think it's more like every 25,000.
I was about to say 20. No. It makes sense. 20, you need 10,000.
They drive awesome, those cars, though.
Yeah, it's fun.
My uncle has one.
I always think back to
I love it.
Fast and the Furious.
Oh yeah, when you're racing with the Supra, yeah.
Ferrari.
Ferrari. Smoking.
You know what's very
more than you can afford, pal.
And it's crazy because Supras were more than 355 right now.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yo, there was one for sale, I think in Vancouver.
Supra or 355?
Supra.
Okay.
Original 1994. Left-hand drive, Canadian car.
T-top?
Black, coupe,
big black,
beige interior, manual, TT, 160 grand.
I believe
it was delivery mileage on it though. The car was
delivery mileage. Wow.
Yeah, $160,000.
Delivery mileage.
I would buy it.
It had the chrome wheels on it still.
I would buy it. You cannot lose with that car.
No, you'll
never lose with that car. You'll never lose with that car.
Even if some of them that are modified.
Because you can't. You know what happens
over 100.
with classic cars is that you can't replace a car like that.
You'll never be able to replace it.
You'll
You try it
never
and
be
you
able
see
to.
what happens.
So that's what happens, and that's why these cars are worth so much money. And classic car buyers have a different mentality than everybody else. They want what somebody else doesn't have.
Exactly. If it's the weirdest options on it too,
100%.
That shit too.
The DeLorean is like a weird car, but there's a history behind it. You know, like so.
They're actually worth a lot of money.
Nah, I don't know.
I don't like them at all.
They're not worth like 1.5 million, but unless you get like one that's featured in a movie or something.
Yeah,
okay,
so then it's worth.
But a good condition one is worth pretty good.
Yeah, no, they're worth good money. And I mean, like any car like that, like I know a guy that has a what's it called, Riviera Blue 996 turbo. That thing
very specific car. Yeah, that's it.
Something I will buy, man.
Like you see that thing, it's like gorgeous.
I love that.
Gorgeous. And it's spick and span. Like the car's been always maintained.
996 is the one with the egg lights, right in front?
No, 996 is 993. I said 996. Yeah. It's a 993.
I understood 993 though.
Yeah, no, it's a 993.
Last year air cooled. That's what I understood.
Air cooled, yeah.
996 is the one with the egg.
996 is the exactly.
The one that nobody.
The fried egg.
Yeah, that nobody really wants.
Exactly.
They're worth money.
Exactly, the fried egg.
They're good too, man. Those ones.
Those are beautiful cars.
I like
if you get the
996
turbo.
No, not the turbo. That stupid service that they always need. One of the things always blows on them.
996?
Yeah.
The gaskets?
No, the... damn it. I have a blank.
What does it do?
You know the...
What does the part do?
Isn't it gaskets that film those cars?
No. Anyways, there's one thing that you can change, and they all say it in the ads that it's been done.
On 996?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I have it's a blank. Anyways, it'll come back to repair. It's like a $2,000 repair, but if you don't repair it, it blows up the engine. Like
shit, okay.
Yeah.
Shit.
But a 996 turbo is nice.
996.
Oh yeah,
in
even
black or in silver.
Get a GT2 or something.
I mean, they're beautiful. The GT2.
A GT2. They're insane.
There was a 993 GT2 in silver.
Okay, how much did it?
1.4 million.
Yeah, exactly.
What?
Yeah, 993.
I believe 993.
Yeah.
The one from like Bad Boys there,
Yeah,
but GT2, not the turbo.
Not a turbo.
GT2 race car.
Wow.
Yeah, 1.4 million. Like 1,000 kilometers.
Yeah, most of the guys didn't drive it.
That is
From
nuts.
Vancouver. Yeah, Vancouver has some crazy cars.
Yeah, because they're all coming from overseas.
Damn, man, there's some crazy
you,
cars.
IMS bearing.
Oh, okay, yeah.
DMS, IMS bearing.
I'm gonna Google it.
It's a bearing, but like this thing blows and like falls into pieces and falls into your engine.
Yes,
blows
okay, I've
everything
heard
up.
this.
It's a catastrophe. It's like self-destruct mode, you know what I mean?
I searched IMS. It says bearing replacement cost $996 replacement.
There you go.
First thing.
IMS bearing.
IMS bearing. What does this thing do?
I know my shit. It's just that there's all of these different
There's
terms
bearings.
that I have to keep in my head.
There's bearings. IMS stands in intermediate. Oh, it's an intermediate shaft bearing supports
That's
intermediate
right.
shaft.
There you go.
And the flywheel. Okay, that's it. It's an intermediate shaft
Between the
bearing.
transmission and the engine.
Yeah.
No, it's basically the bearing breaks down and goes into your valves and shit.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
If you want to see the picture.
So if you buy 996, you gotta change it.
The
But
change,
it's
yeah,
all
yeah,
the
That's the
engines.
first thing.
It's all the engines.
I mean,
Look at this,
mostly
look at
it's
Look at that valve.
when you get into the higher mileage ones, it starts to
But all
happen.
the
But it
engines
could
have that
happen at any time.
It's
Yeah,
this.
the 4S's, the Turbo S's,
all
It's
have
this.
turbos, yeah.
You know that's what it is. Intermediate shaft.
You'll
goes
see
right in there.
if you look
And it's
for
right in there.
if you look for a 996, the first thing that most of them are gonna say IMS bearing changed.
You're Juventus guy, no?
Hmm?
You're Juventus guy, no? Juventino.
Me, yeah, they're playing soon.
I don't think they're playing.
Oh,
I just got
no.
Napoli may forfeit the Juventus
Yeah,
clash
that's a good
because
way
of
to get out of a
COVID,
loss.
Yeah. Then after they always find something with Juventus. Oh, they're cheating. They're doing this. They're gonna start now that they're Napoli down.
I wanted to see Pirlo versus Gattuso.
But did you hear him talking? He was talking shit. They were
Yeah.
asking him like, Pirlo, they're like, what's one of the best things you ever did versus Gattuso? He's like, winning tomorrow and getting the 3 points. Because they used to play together, and now they're both
Yeah.
coaches, two different.
And they always
teams
used
just
to
like
make
Montreal,
fun
Boston,
of.
yeah.
They always used to make fun, not make fun, but play pranks on Gattuso because he used to lose it.
Yo, Gattuso was psycho, man. If you watch, you ever see those old pranks?
The ones with the dog.
Yeah,
yeah.
The dog in the car.
They
He's telling the guy,
put
"I'm gonna kill
a
you."
replica of his car, but the
Yeah,
dog was
and it was a
ripping
5
up.
series. It was a
Yeah,
5
it was
series or
ripping
something.
up the interior. He was
Ripping.
like,
I don't know if it was a dog. Yeah, it was a dog. Yeah,
it was like a Rottweiler or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
The dog's like destroying the interior.
Then there's a guy that comes out from the
Yeah.
balcony. He's telling him to go screw him, so he's screaming at everyone.
Gattuso was losing it, man.
He's spawned, dog. He's spawned. I mean, I'm gonna bury you, bro. He's
That's not his car.
Sei tutto incazzato.
yeah. And he says kicking people after. He says chasing the guy.
They had to calm him down. It's a joke. It's a joke.
Yeah, 'cause he's
he
crazy.
lost.
YouTube?
What?
It's on YouTube?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on YouTube. It's like
Okay,
an old,
watch it.
it's an old,
I never saw it.
an old skit. But man, that guy would always.
100% Malakia. He's the funniest guy.
Sometimes what is it? Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
Yeah,
That was one of
sometimes
the
maybe
best.
good, sometimes maybe shit.
That was one of the best.
He's a coach for what team?
Naples.
Now he's Napoli, yeah.
Naples, but he was always Milan and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So how do you feel? How different is it for working, like say for yourself now? You got your own thing going. Like before, you're like you said, you started always. You
Guys,
start from the bottom,
for
and now
me-
you're on your own.
For me, I mean, I have nothing bad to say about BMW Laval. Like that place.
No, yeah,
that
no.
place.
I was
it
actually shocked when you told me that you were. I was like, well, I
that
know
place
you had
was a
such
home
good-
for me for
Yeah.
like 8 years, and you know, shout out to the D'Argenio family and
Mm-hmm.
my old boss and everything. It's like that place was amazing, and it was really tough for me to leave. A lot tougher than.
But that's
any
why when
other-
you told me, I was actually shocked. I was freaking out. I
It
remember
was
I
like
told my
double.
girlfriend, I told my dad. I was
double shocked for me because I was not only leaving BMW Laval, but I'm
And you're
leaving
doing your own
that part
thing.
of the industry. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for real,
to go on my own. So
Scary, too.
It was scary and was like exciting part of
At
my
the same
life.
time,
you know? But I mean. Now that I did it, and I didn't do it because they did anything wrong, and a lot of people ask me what happened, and nothing happened.
Because
you
this
know?
is the first reaction of people,
Nothing
right?
happened.
What happened? What
Something
happened? What happened?
Something
Nothing.
wrong happened.
I know,
Nothing
me, like
happened.
me too. When you leave someone, what happened? Nothing.
Nothing
You know,
happened.
just-
A lot of people think that, but nothing happened. It's just, you know, at my age, at 34, 35 years old, you're telling yourself, okay, if you want to work for yourself, and that's what you want now, it's like, are you going to do it at 45? No.
No.
You
know,
do it between
you're gonna be
30
fed
and
up
40,
too.
yeah. Because you have
If
the
I,
energy to do
it
it.
was
right?
my last chance to do it and give myself, 20, 25 years to get
It's even
everything
because people saw,
done.
you know, you're at BIM Laval, you're doing good.
Yeah.
You're doing good for
they-
yourself. You're a
they took care
manager.
of
You're
me.
this, that. They took
They
care of
took
you.
care of me.
So
I
there's-
had an excellent salary. I have nothing to complain. Like that place, I could have stayed there another 20 years. You know,
Oh, yeah.
easily. You know, the thing is that in sales, you have that 9 to 9. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which eventually starts to take a toll on you. When you have kids, you know, you don't get to see them. Like for example, now it's funny because Halloween is coming, right?
Yeah.
I've never
There's no
spent one
Halloween?
Halloween with my kids because it was always month end.
Oh
October
my
31st.
God! Yeah. Of course. You got to finish everything.
Never spent one Halloween with my friends, with my kids. So even my wife said it this year. Oh my God, you could spend Halloween with your kids, and now there's a pandemic, so I can't.
I know. If you want, come here. I'll ring the door. I feel so bad.
Exactly.
People have kids. I told them I go make them come here. I'll give them.
No, we're gonna do a little something. We'll change it around. Do like a candy
kids.
hunt.
I feel more bad for them, man.
Yeah,
Honestly,
exactly.
like these poor kids.
But just to say, like now I can do that type of thing because I'm working for myself.
You do your own hours. You do your own.
So I mean, doing that was a bit of a shocker. But once I jumped into it, and a lot of people also ask me like, "Are you gonna take a week off?" No, I'm not that type of person that I'm gonna slack off. Like I have a goal in my head.
I find you do
6 months. I told myself I want to be able to, and I always have something to fall back on because I have that experience in the car industry.
Yeah. Just in case.
If I want to go back as a GM or whatever, I mean, I have those offers.
You'll find some.
But I mean, I that's not my goal. No. Like having something to fall back on and relying on that is not my goal. My goal is I want my business to succeed, right?
Because then you won't succeed. Exactly. If you're always thinking, I have something to fall on, you never push.
Through my Instagram, I'm pushing some of the new cars. You know, like I post the like deals like as much as I get. You know, when I see something interesting, lease transfers. Some people DM me for lease transfers and stuff like that. I'll put that stuff on there. The used car business, I mean, it's more like people that I know because, like I said, it's wholesale. But a lot of times, like I don't retail anything. Like it's very rare unless I get like beautiful pieces that I know I could retail easily. Then I'll just wholesale them and I have my buyers. And when it comes to that, the wholesale, it's all contacts. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, for sure.
The more people you know,
the more people you know, the more chances you have. And you have a check ready. You know what I mean? They're like, grab the car and and it's not high profit. It's more volume. You know what I mean? $500, $1,000, whatever. It's good. Take it. You know what I mean?
Flips, like fast flips.
If you're gonna try to make $5,000 wholesale, you're crazy. You know, it could be if you have a really, really rare unit and the timing is right.
Steal,
But I mean, in reality, it's just move them fast.
As quick as you can.
Move them fast. In and out. And
you don't want to keep them.
You're not spending money. You know, right? You spend money to buy the car, but the car comes in and it goes out right away. You know what I mean?
In the same week. For
That's
sure.
That's all.
I get it 100%.
So that's what I'm really concentrating on because it's less time consuming, you know, like and I mean all I need is basically maybe a driver to go pick up the car or I can take transport or whatever.
And you're not based out of a shop, right? You don't have like a
we have a shop.
You have a place to go?
We have a shop, but we don't do anything like from the street. Like if you come in and say I want to get my brake changed or whatever.
So basically they contact you and then
we have like 1 or 2 lifts inside and we do a little bit of body work. But it's mostly to clean up cars that I'm getting in. You know what I mean?
They're all ruined and so.
Yeah, like if I get a car that has a real issue or whatever, like and I'm gonna paint the back bumper, we'll do it before I ship it out. You know.
Okay.
But it's like
it's not like
a day or two thing. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Someone comes off the street and says, "Can you fix my smash?" No, I'm not a body shop.
That's it. You're not a garage or a body shop.
Own thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you were set up for our own.
You have
stuff,
to though. You have to do that, or else then what happens when you have other people's cars and that are blocking your thing? Then you can't make the sale. You got to push the sale back.
No. I mean, we know people that, like if it's more complex stuff, like where we are in the industrial area, have RDP. I mean, there's garages like literally across the street, body shop there.
Left and right.
We just drop the car there and, he'll do the job and I'll get it back within a couple of days. You know?
RDP have some good BMW guys there, actually.
Yeah. Silvio's there.
Silvio.
Yeah, you know
the guys next to the car wash thing, right at the corner?
Yeah.
Silvio,
yeah, that's them. Okay.
Peachy. I'm on the other side of Peachy.
On the other side of Peachy?
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm right next to that. I'm on 6th, Peachy's on 5th, Silvio's on 4th.
Right here.
Are you next to the granite place?
I'm literally next to the granite.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I was just going to say, is it the granite?
Yeah. Dominic, you know Dominic?
No, but my dad used to have a shop down. You know where Ray the tow truck guy?
Yeah.
That was my dad's shop.
Oh, yeah.
For 25 years, yeah.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah. So there's a tow truck company there now, Ray or whatever this guy's name.
Yeah.
So
that's cool.
I grew up
good. Silvio, for you, if you have BMWs, man, that guy's a monster.
Yeah, I wanted to go there because Heavenly Taste is right there. So every morning I go get my coffee and my cookie.
Hear me all the time. You see that?
Tag Heavenly Taste.
Heavenly Taste. Yo, they make some bomb ass cookies though, for real though.
Yeah, no.
Just send some our way next time we do a podcast. That's how you get that.
Yeah, exactly.
Shit. So, we're getting towards the end of the episode. I wanted to ask you.
Yeah.
What was your favorite car that you ever owned? And it's hard, I know. It's hard. That's why I'm asking it.
Putting me on the spot.
I have to.
For me, it's E46 M3. Most inspiring, most exhilarating car that you could have is definitely that car. The thing is that I've never personally owned an E39 M5, and I just picked this one up. This one is impressive. Like, it's an impressive car because It's 18 years old.
I said it for the time, man. When I drove that car, like the first time I ever drove an M5 that year,
18 years old. I was driving it back from Toronto, and I'm like, this car's 18 years old. You have all the amenities inside. It's 6-speed manual.
Not a squeak, not a sound.
It's a freaking bomb.
It's still tight, like the day it came out. That's BMW though.
And when you open the engine,
it looks like
the two filters on the side, and you just see that M with the carbon M logo. It's just an impressive car.
Yeah.
Like it's really an impressive car. And you know, luxury cars now, if you buy a 5 Series, I mean, it's not easy to whip that car around. It is because they have a lot of horsepower, but I mean, they're bigger cars and these things like the perfect
everywhere.
size.
Yeah.
You know?
I find that isn't.
So I don't know. Size. It might take over, but for now, I've driven more E46 M3s, and that's my car, man. You're sitting in the car. It's just.
You prefer E46 over E92?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I love the E92
that V8 M3, man. I think that's my favorite.
I love them. I love them, and I respect them. And even Mercedes. I mean, if I look at Mercedes, I'm not a Mercedes guy. I don't like Mercedes in the sense where
for once a guy on my side.
No, I mean, a lot of their cars are for older people, but you can fall into those ones like we said,
the thing,
you know, the AMGs, the G-Wagon. You have to respect the G-Wagon.
Yeah, of course. It's a classic.
Machine,
it's a classic. It's a classic.
Brabus it. You could do so many things with it. You know, like Toys Auto Art has that pickup.
6x6.
The 6x6. It's just not normal.
Insane, that 6x6.
And then when you go to, I don't know, the GTR, I respect that car a lot because it's probably one of the best driving Mercedes.
Yeah, that one in the GTR Pro is insane.
Sick cars.
The Black Series going to come out.
I love that car, man. Yeah. I love that car. I'm not a Mercedes.
You know, E63 S wagon.
Best.
I'm with that.
Wagon.
Yes,
best.
Oh,
you're on the right podcast for that because we both love that car.
I'm with that shit.
Even C63, they hold a certain presence and.
No, but he's right. E63 S wagon is my Mercedes. That's the one.
And I would go for something wicked. You know, like.
Me too. I love E63.
You know, I'll tell you something. I almost got my hands. And I'm still working on it. On
E63?
No, M Coupe, 2002, one of one in the world, Oxford Green, sunroof delete.
Oxford Green and sunroof delete.
Car had 30,000 miles.
But how did they delete it?
No, it's from factory.
From factory.
Yeah. So one of one in the world, man. God. Like Oxford Green, and the guy put an air suspension inside. He has 2 canisters in the back. So like you come to a car show and you want to get up on the lip, you just jack it up. And you get in, and then you air out when you get to the park. It's sick. The guy put BBS LMs on it. The car is just insane. My money was in his account because the car was in Calgary. So I transferred him all the money. The day the money got there, his dad passed away, poor guy.
Oh, shit. So now,
And he lived in Calgary, but he was from London. Okay. And with this COVID stuff, this was at the beginning of the year.
Oh, my God.
He's like, I have to transfer you back your money because I don't know. I'm leaving and I don't know when I'm going to come back.
Because even just to go somewhere, you have to wait 2 weeks before you can see anyone.
No, I know. And we're talking like a lot of money. The car's worth a lot of money. So he's like, look, let me just transfer you the money. He's like, we'll deal with it when I come back. I don't want to keep this amount of money in my account, you know, just in case something happens. So he transferred me back the money. Super nice guy. Shit. But he had just literally prepped it for me. He ceramic coated it and everything to surprise me and everything. He had sent me videos.
Holy
and
shit.
The day my money got in his account, his dad passed away.
There's always something, There's always something. I'm looking at this Oxford green. Yeah, it's the green that I thought it was.
It's a very, very dark, like forest
it's
green.
like forest green. I love that.
Yeah, but
any Euro car,
BBS LM.
Oh, you have to.
Mags that he had, the caps were green.
The two-piece mags.
Two-piece, yeah. The caps were green. Yeah.
It's mental.
I love Oxford green. I like that.
M Coupe.
Any Euro car, man.
M Coupe is that car.
Oh yeah, that too.
I mean, I've never driven I drove the one 98 or 99, which with the S50 motor.
Okay.
But I've never driven with the S54 in it, and that's the M3 engine with 330.
No, I found it now.
Yeah.
Try to find that. That looks like BBS.
Yeah.
Try to find that.
Well, that's a crazy car.
Try to find that.
Black.
Yeah.
Like baby blue color. You know that blue color?
Everyone had that baby blue color, but I don't like that color.
Those cars are all stick.
All stick and like.
You're sitting on the axle.
You have with the S54, you have 678 models that were built.
Oh, it's interesting.
Total.
That's it?
Yeah.
There's not a lot of these. That's why a lot of people now they're starting to go up in value. At the beginning, remember everyone
starting. Those things worth like
that one, yeah.
Money.
But I'm saying like like the regular whatever M coupes. Remember, I find when I was at BM2 at a long time ago, I was valet and people hated that car.
Yeah, it's the clown shoe
car. It's like the one, the old one. What was it? It was a 120, 130. What was it? The old ones. I'm talking about the ass that went down like that.
Oh yeah.
I'm talking about, and no one wanted those cars. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
But it's a good sign when there's controversy with a car and low amount of production.
Later on, they're going to be worth money.
Yeah, exactly.
100%.
I don't know about
you know what car?
that BM there.
I don't know too well, but Mercedes-Benz, the CLK 63s. Nobody bought them.
Yeah.
Nobody bought
now
them.
They're still worth
now
money.
you find one,
Yeah.
$90,000, $80,000, $100,000.
That much?
But
Yeah.
like that guy that lives near my dad's house.
Yes, he
right?
has one.
But this guy, by the way, I passed by his house again. He has a brand new G-Wagon inside. It's still the ML63 or ML whatever, and he has the CLK chilling outside. Into the pure Mercedes, and his wife's driving the
CLK 63 is. Oh my god.
Yeah, nice machine.
So now I ask you,
those.
what was your favorite owned car? What was your favorite car that you drove? So now you never owned, so you drove, and you said, "Wow, I sat in this car." Like I could tell you right away for me, 911, GT3. When I drove that shit, the brand new one I called everyone that I knew, and I was like, I can't believe I drove this car.
You know, I don't know. You're throwing me good ones because there's so many different and I've driven so many cars.
I know because we've all been in the same boat. We've all driven like 1,000 cars, and
so probably. What was the best? So what do you mean, like
that you got in the car and you're like, wow, like me, it's an expensive car, obviously Porsche GT3 whatever, but I was like, wow, I've driven Lambos.
That was the one that impressed you the most.
And I was like, this car, but like, everything about it, man, just the way everything. I just turned the steering wheel a little bit. The car.
See, I'm a freak of a different nature because I mean, the new cars like we spoke about the M5 before, like you get behind the wheel of that car, it's insane. Mm-hmm. And the same thing, like if you get the wheel behind the wheel of an Aventador or something, it's just insane. But like, those are not the cars that have my heart. Like I'm more of a guy that's like, you give me like 300 grand, I'm going to get a Lamborghini Diablo. Like that's my type.
Me too. Like if I have to choose the car, I'd go for a 993, 100%. But I never got to drive one yet.
One of the ones that impressed me the most, I drove a Murcielago SVJ.
Oh my god, you're lucky.
Manual.
The old ones.
Yeah, the old
manual
ones.
with not with the gated
the gated shifter.
Oh my god, with the old steering wheel. Like
so
the ugly steering wheel.
I got the chance to drive that, and that was the one that impressed me.
Good for you.
The most. Because the gated shifter, because the SVJ, the sound, that thing is just
you actually like the whole lane.
You just have a V12 like
that too, man. A V12.
V12 gated shifter. It's like, oh my god.
You take up a whole lane in the street with that car, man. When you see it, I love Murcielagos. That's my favorite, man. Lambo, that and Diablo.
It's just like driving that car is like completely different than anything else.
Everyone looks at you too. The head turns, man. When you see a car like that, man. I remember I was coming back from up north. And I saw one, just a regular Murcielago, yellow.
Yeah.
I was like,
it's crazy.
Oh my god.
But I mean, there's still a lot of cars that I haven't driven. Like, I never drove a GT3.
For real?
No, never drove a GT3.
Once you drive one, maybe it will change. I'm telling you, man, if you like Porsche, I'm a Porsche guy. I love it. I took that car, and the guy's like, the owner's like, go, have fun.
Sticker or PDK?
PDK. I launch control and everything.
But you see,
no, GT3.
Okay. Yeah. Was it an RS?
There's a massive spoiler in the back.
Yes, it was RS. Oh my god, GT3 RS. Yeah, with the shark fin
so there's a guy
fenders and everything. Yeah.
There's a guy, like one of the cars that I would want to drive the most, and there's a guy that built this. It's one of those M coupes.
Okay.
S54 supercharged. Because turbocharged with the S54, the power band it fits better with the supercharger.
100%.
This guy built it from scratch. He's a shop. They work solely on BMWs and stuff. It's a white one. You can look up I saw this guy.
Does it involve the company?
I don't remember, but I saw this guy driving in videos, and I was impressed. And then videos don't do justice. You know what I mean? No, it's white.
It's white. White with a red stripe. This right here.
No.
740 horsepower supercharged.
Yeah, it could
be. Is it a UK guy? No.
No, it was in the States.
Volk wheels.
Okay.
Jesus.
This guy.
What a build.
And I mean, you're driving a peanut.
What a
with
build.
Like the guy he down-tuned it. It was he had different switches, like you can run different power. Yeah. I mean, at full power, you're like at almost 900 horses. And he lent it to the guy doing the video. It was at 670, and I was impressed.
Was it smoking tires?
Smoking tires.
I know. I know. I know what video you're talking about. He's freaking out.
Bro, I was buzzing when I was watching this video. I was like, I have to do this.
It's insane.
And that was an original S54. He took one of the 99s or 98s, and he put an S54 in it and built it as if it came from factory with a supercharger, bro.
Can you supercharge the M5?
You can, yeah.
It exists, the packages?
Can't you see his face?
You can, yeah.
He's like, I checked last night.
That block is good for 700 horses.
Easy.
Yeah.
Easy. I've seen some crazy.
You know
builds
what
on
I'd like to
that one.
drive? Let's say in the next 2-3 years? Or like own?
Yeah, I'll ask you that question.
Cobra. Terminator.
Ah, nice.
03, 04. I would love to drive one. But like not even to keep it, just to drive for like a year or two.
Well, just to hear the whine and
and
the
then
sound.
get rid of it.
Yeah.
Because like
You could do that.
they won't lose value.
No, never.
Terminator Cobra.
They've
Just
tagged
trying
already
to
the most
find
they'll
one,
do.
though.
If anything, they'll go up because not that many were made. Or even like the 2007 GT500.
That's a car you would want to drive.
Nobody wants them, but they're insane. to
Yeah,
drive.
they are insane.
Talking about that, I want to drive in the new ones, man. The GT350s, the Rs.
You know,
Monsters.
Starving Productions.
Monsters.
What?
They're stopping.
Starving Productions.
Why?
The GT350s.
Why?
The Mac
Oh
wants
my
to take
God, I
over.
have to buy
Oh,
one
they're
now.
gonna skyrocket the price.
Let me just buy one now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Shit.
I think
I
also
love that car.
57k now.
It's not
60 Gs.
Yo, we've
Bro,
heard
they've
one.
tanked.
Me and him were in Florida.
Yeah, that was insane. I'll never forget that.
So we're in Florida. We're in Fort Lauderdale. We stopped to get water. What was it? Stop to get something, water or to piss. I don't remember what it was. We stopped at a parking lot. All you hear is the sound. Wow.
Oh,
and we're like,
shit.
turn, and I see Joe just buzzing. He knows it's a Mustang because then he's a Mustang guy right away. I see it charcoal, like a nice.
With the black
She's
stripes.
so many things.
Yo,
in
the
Florida,
sound,
man.
and he had an exhaust on that, I think.
No, I'm sorry, I'm pretty sure.
No, I think he did something. Yo, I've never seen one
So,
that loud, man. It sounds
The
insane.
craziest. Okay, I'll tell you the craziest car story, and this is by far the craziest car story I've ever had. And if Alex Lastoria is listening, so
Alex
we're
Lastoria.
yeah,
Mike
we're-
Lastoria's
cousin.
cousin, right?
Yeah.
Okay, because he came to me. Oh yes, through you. Yeah, through
So-
Mike, yeah.
We're in Florida, we're in Miami, and we're talking as we're walking down the street, and I think he had asked me that question. He's like, if you had to buy one car that, like, infinite amount of money, which one would it be? And I'm like, probably a Lamborghini Reventon,
Oh my
Remington,
god!
yeah.
And
which
you
is
saw one?
ultra rare. Bro, all you hear is, like, we're walking this way, all you hear is, whoa!
Yo, that car's huge.
And I just thought, and Alex is like a car guy, he knows them, but not as much. So he's like, wow, is that crazy that a Lamborghini just passed by? It's not a Lamborghini, it's a Reventon. it's a Reventon. It's the car that I spoke about. And I'm like hyperventilating. Like I'm just going nuts. And I'm like, well, how does that happen?
What,
Like
at South
there's
Beach?
like fucking 5 of them in
At
the
South
world.
Beach? You saw it?
We were on the strip with the hotels. No, we weren't in South Beach. We were in
Okay,
the heart of
you're on Collins Ave.
Collins Avenue.
Collins
There you
Ave.
go.
I know my
This is
shit. I know my
downtown.
shit.
Yeah, we were
Florida.
downtown.
It's not South Beach. This is downtown.
Bro,
also, right?
No,
How does
it's the street. There's Ocean and what's it called? Whatever. South Beach and the one where we always walk, where you get the pizza and all that
Okay,
shit
yes,
when we
yes,
park.
yes. Okay,
How does that
that's
happen?
Collins.
How does that
Yeah,
happen?
that's right.
Yo, man, I'm
You're
freaking
right,
out if you
cars,
saw
man.
that.
But we were talking about it.
Yeah. What the hell, though? But just to see one.
And I didn't have like a super car guy next to me. That was the most frustrating part. I was like hyperventilating. The guy's like, okay, bro, it's not the other world.
Lambo, bro.
I'm like, you don't understand.
Yo, man, I would freak out if I see that car. I'm never. Oh man,
That car's like it's a
It
jet
looks like
fighter.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
It looks like,
Jet
well,
fighter.
It was designed after
Designed
a jet
for that.
fighter. Yeah.
Inspired by a jet
Yeah.
fighter. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now we end the show. We always end it the same way. We want to know your 5-car garage that you would have.
Oh, Jesus.
Money is no limit, but we ask not to have like one of ones like the Bugatti Chiron, what is it
Hermes
called,
edition.
Hermes edition, like none of that shit. We know that you won't do that because you're a
No.
true car guy.
No.
So we'd like to know what is your 5-car garage? No limits, no nothing. A lot of people go. Let's say they'll think, okay, I want one daily, I want one muscle, I want 1 euro. So everyone's different. So what's your 5-car garage? I didn't tell him before coming. Usually I tell people, I go, I don't want to tell. I don't want to. I go, because you're a car guy. I know.
Should I prepare myself for something?
No, I go, no, nothing.
He's
I'd
throwing
rather
me
off the
off.
top of your
I'm
head.
so curious to know this.
So, okay, I need a truck.
You see?
So I need an X6M.
Okay.
The new
That's
one.
different. You see, usually everyone goes G-Wagon. A lot of people go G-Wagon.
I need the new
G-Wagon.
X6M.
And the new one.
Yeah,
So nice.
that's definitely.
Too nice, that car.
Then I need. Damn, it's all going to be a BMW or what? No, I need an E46 M3. That's absolutely, and CSL manual.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Nice. Okay.
So that's my BMW. Then Lamborghini Diablo, absolutely.
A regular Diablo?
I need
Or
a SC30 purple.
That's a special edition car.
Nice.
Yeah.
He kills it with the purple. I love it. You like all the same colors.
Like Gone in 60 Seconds style.
Exactly,
I'll take
exactly.
Angelina Jolie too.
Yeah, exactly. And I'll take the freaking Chevelle that they're in with the.
Yeah.
With the, her
Do you follow
sister.
Curated?
No.
Okay, I'm sure
But
that's
I know
You know who
they
it
are,
is?
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so yeah. X6M.
Since we're on Gone in 60 Seconds, I'm gonna take a GT500 67.
Okay, you have to. That was in.
Just that car is just like.
That's a car you want to drive.
Yeah.
But boy,
I
don't think any of us will.
My buddy has one.
Over here in Laval?
Yeah, you know him?
I know.
Paulo.
Obviously. Okay, it's Paulo, right? I told you it was the guy. He had a Celine before.
Yeah, he wants to sell it.
It's still Paulo?
I told him, I go, what are you doing trying to sell this car?
I saw the guy driving it.
Is it an original?
Well, it's an original 67 fastback
And
that they turned into. Yeah, he sent it to Toronto.
Kit, right? Yeah.
It's got a Cinema Vehicles kit on it, and
we actually were
428
driving.
Cobra Jet.
We were driving by because we live in that area. Well, I used to live in that area, and he lives in that area. And we saw the car actually getting dropped off. I think it was coming from Toronto because it came in a big trailer. And it was, remember, we stopped that car and we just watched it.
You see this transport truck pulled next to the guy is crazy.
That's across from. He's got a Porsche too.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say the Porsche that slammed and everything.
Yeah. There's a 06 in there too, a black one.
Yeah,
that thing shoots flames. Yeah. It's crazy.
That's that car. I've driven one back.
Yeah.
Crazy story, real quick before we end it. I'll say this story all the fucking time. Anyways. I sold a S63 to this client, a sedan, with the guy I work with, whatever, and we closed the deal with this guy. He was like a mortgage president of RBC. Lived in Barrie, Ontario, you know? And the guy's like, I want the car delivered to my house. I'm like, no problem, I'll deliver the car to you. It's my pleasure to go, you know? So I drove the S63 from Montreal to Toronto in the same day.
Nice.
I knew I was picking up, and I get to the guy's house, and I'm like, it's 9 o'clock at night, like the adrenaline is flowing. I just drove a fucking 7 horsepower AMG, like I'm getting there. And I get to drive back 2016 Z06.
Nice.
The one like the, what's his name has?
Like Paulo,
has. Red on red.
Manual.
Manual.
Wow.
With the roof, Targa roof and everything.
Wow.
Bro, I was driving this car back.
650 horses,
yeah. Crazy day of my
650
life.
pounds of torque too.
Yeah, that's it.
But now you tell me that it shoots flames. I'm sure he has headers and stuff on it, whatever.
Yeah.
Insanely modified.
He tracks it. He tracks it.
He's had it for a while, that car, no?
Out of factory.
He's got like slicks on that thing.
Yeah, he's had it. I've seen it so many times.
Yeah. From factory, man, those cars.
Just a monster.
Yeah.
It's just a
it's
full-out
so
monster.
loud.
Yeah.
From factory. The car was stock.
Yeah.
It's crazy thing. The car was owned by the president of Canadian Tire. That's why it was red on
Canadian
red.
Tire. Oh,
The president of Canadian Tire owned the car.
That's
the
crazy.
car was red on red. The red interior,
Oh,
red exterior. Yeah.
So what am I at? I've got 4.
Okay, so let's go back. X6M, M3, Lambo, and what was the one you just said now? I just blanked out.
No, you said Diablo, you said E46, you said X6M, and you said Eleanor.
Eleanor,
Like,
sorry.
Eleanor?
We're just talking about an idiot. Okay, one more now you got.
I
shit.
just had it. I lost F40. Yeah. I need it.
I had that in my garage. Took me an F40 and a Diablo.
A bunch of classics.
Shit,
Yeah,
one
like
right next to each other.
I need the F40.
Yo,
Those
man.
are the two freaks of nature.
That's another car. Both cars that I really would love to drive, but I don't think I'll ever be able to drive.
F40 maybe. The
And
opportunity might come.
I don't think anybody's ever going
Unless
to
one of
drive
us-
their F40.
But there's two F40s here in Montreal.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and go ask them to drive.
There was one at Epic Year Classics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Well, one of them was at a dealership
That is
not too far
nuts,
from there.
man. That is nuts.
F52. And
An F50?
Yeah, F50, F40.
Unless we become like those guys like
250 GTO.
what's his name in the States there that we start driving cars and doing reviews.
Oh, yeah.
People just let us drive their cars.
What's it called? That guy too. That guy's from Vancouver, though, eh?
Who?
Those guys, DDE,
Yeah,
whatever.
Vancouver, yeah.
These guys, did you ever see that guy? DDE or DDE?
Yeah, DDE. Yeah.
Those guys are from Vancouver. He has his own shop there, August Motors or
No,
something.
that's not him.
That's
It's
his
owned by
partner,
other
no?
people. No, it's owned by other people.
So those two guys don't own that place. I thought they owned that place. They're there like they own it.
August Motor Cars, man.
Oh my god,
If
those
you
guys
check their
must love that.
inventory, you know what they are?
Yeah, I know.
Bro, they have some crazy
Crazy
cars.
But that's it.
Cars
I
that
thought
go
one of
through
them.
there.
I'm like,
But now
one of
the
them's an owner.
Venzo too is
Yeah, he
starting
has some
to.
crazy cars too.
He just bought a Ford GT, the new Ford
Oh,
GT,
yeah?
blue on like
There's
wicked.
not many made of that one, the Ford GT, the new ones.
Yeah.
There's something about
It's
that.
a special
super-
edition that he has.
Yeah.
So now they're coming out with the Heritage.
That's $1 million car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Now they're coming out with the Heritage edition. You get like the liveries there with like the circle.
Yeah, with
numbers,
the
63
old,
or whatever.
nice.
Yeah, whatever it is.
That's crazy with that front mouth.
You know what's-
Yeah, that's it.
in
A
orange.
sick place. Actually, if you ever, whenever we can go back to Florida, on is it Atlantic or is it Commercial? One of them. There's the place with all the cars. There's
all the
this
collection.
guy has. You have to see. It's like the size. I don't know. Like the length of this building. I don't know. And it's all glass, and all you see in that thing is cars like $1 million, $1 million, $1
Yeah,
million.
they're all parking to each other.
Like there's not something under $1 million. Remember?
There was a Bugatti inside. There was a Pagani.
Crazy.
Okay, yeah.
Oh,
It's-
Oh,
I think
the
it's full
Pagani.
It's full
Pagani.
collection, I think.
Full auto connect.
Stop!
collection.
You're gonna make
Yeah.
me change my car garage.
The Pagani
I'm
man.
happy with it.
Yeah.
If you could only have 5, I mean,
That's
you
a good
gotta
5,
settle
man.
for something, you know.
That's a good 5,
Jason
man.
from last week, he's like, can we park some cars outside?
Yeah, that's the guy before. He's like, I can't park a car in the front. I'm like, no, it's a garage. He goes, no, you sure? He's like, I'm gonna keep the Audi Quattro outside just for my daily. He goes, oh, you see Audi Quattro wagon. It's a pretty good daily. I go, but man, you're gonna be in the garage or something happens. So even before I go, I wanted to know, did you have any deals that you wanted to talk about? Anything that you wanted to say? You can say it now if there's anything that...
no, I mean, there's always deals. I mean...
where could they find you? Where could they hit you up? Where could they get...
So my Instagram is AndyJS Auto Montreal. Basically, you can hit me up on there. A lot of people...
We're going to post it in our info there for sure.
And look, I mean... it's more of a tailored experience for me, but I mean, I try to get you the best deal, and you know that's my main goal is saving the customer money. If I can't save you money, I'm not doing my job. So and the rest, the advice and all that stuff just comes with it, So it's a full tailored experience if you're looking for a new or used car, and at the same time, I mean, my wholesale business, it's really like that's more wholesale. It's different. If you're looking for a particular car, maybe I can help you out. So I mean, it'll be my pleasure. And apart from that, guys, I mean, I'm really happy with what you guys are doing. It's fun. It's very professional. I've got cameras everywhere. It's fun, and
staring at you.
Yeah, no, I'll post some of the stuff on my page as well.
Thank you, we appreciate it, guys. I'm telling you, I've had an experience with him.
Yeah.
Honestly, it was the best. Not because he's right here. I've had the most comfortable car experience. Buying a car was with him, and it wasn't like a shit car or like an easy sale like this.
Yeah.
My dad's picky. My dad, like me, I'm picky. When I'm buying my car, when
your dad had his expectations.
For sure. You have to be like that, right? Yeah. Especially when you want, what you want.
And he also had his past experiences. He was.
With other
he had
people
some bad experiences.
At BM with some.
It's hard to like get through that.
My dad was, if you want the background, we'll go background. My dad had BM before, went to Audi, stuck with Audi for two cars, and then wanted a change. Now it's normal, right? We want to change the car, and then we went, and he went because of me. Remember, I was saying it. He went because of me because I said that the 5 Series is beautiful. I go, the new model is nice because he wanted a 5 or like an A6 or like something big, whatever.
Driving a beautiful car.
Yeah, he wanted like he had the A7 at the time, so he wanted something.
Actually, he's not driving it anymore. He's parked in a beautiful car.
Yeah, it's parked.
So for sure. And then Classic Car Investments, if you want to add me on there. I mean, if you're a real car person, and I mean...
If you want nice, beautiful cars, you can just follow that page and you just... And like you said, you give a lot of...
It's fun to dream, and it's also... it's got a bit of...
reality.
A bit of reality.
You're giving some advice, too. If someone finds... You never know if someone's looking at that car. Like, he doesn't post these cars, or like we're talking about Lambos and stuff like that. There's some like really like unique...
I do post those, but I post cars of all price ranges.
Exactly.
If you have a budget of like 10 grand and you just want a fun car, like to go to car shows with, that you're gonna, not daily or whatever, just have an extra parking. To build your dream garage, you gotta start somewhere, right?
Of course, 100%. Yeah, 100% right on that.
And he's where you start. So we wanted to say thank you, Andy.
Thank you, guys.
I appreciate you spent time with us, and it was one of a very good podcast. I love the man. Car guys,
we had fun.
Exactly.
The past 2 podcasts, a couple of car guys. It's been changing up. Before it was like 5 chefs.
Yeah, it was one chef after another. So
call Julian, make us a plate of pasta. Let's go.
Toss. All right, thank you.
Thanks for coming on, man.
And for next time, hopefully we'll have another next time.
Thank you.
Thanks.